So, good morning, everyone. Am I audible to all of you? Yeah. So, from today we are starting the topic, right? Last 2 days we discussed the paper, and from today we are starting morphology. So, it is somehow a very factual topic, and there is no scope of error if you revise it regularly. Right. Not any big concept is behind which is going to ask. And from morphology, what happened? Factual nature of question and directly the line of NCERT is going to ask. Yeah, track sheet started from today. So this week in paper, it will come up to inflorescence. You will got the track sheet also in your WhatsApp and probably you got it or not got it. So after the class, I will ask the people, management people to send you on your WhatsApp. Right, so you got the track sheet and we are starting with morphology, factual area, easy area. Right, so why easy area? Because you know, na, some of the students are in the transition of coming. So we also don't want they miss some of the conceptual aspects. Right, so we are starting with the topic anyhow, anybody can manage easily. And definitely we will take care of these later as well, but in manage easily, not a connectivity, big connectivity around others. Okay, right. So what I'm saying two things. Factual topic, another boundary of the topic is NCERT. Right, if you go through the last 5-6 year paper, okay, so you will find the questions is going to ask restricted from the NCERT lines, right? So definitely we will not going to do PhD here. We will just talk about what written in NCERT and I will just explain that particular things right now. So let's start now. So what is morphology? You better know. Morphology is what? A study of external structure. Study of external structure is called morphology. Means what you can see with the help of your naked eye. That particular structure is called what? External structure, right? Is it clear in the mind? So morphology is a study. And what we are going to deal, morphology of flowering plant. What NCERT wrote about the flowering plant? What NCERT wrote about the flowering plant? Flowering plant means angiospermic plant. Flowering plant means what? Angiospermic plant. Okay, ji. So according to NCERT textbook, the only flowering plants on this planet are what? Angiosperm. Angiospermic plant is also called flowering plant. Is it clear in the mind? Is it? Right. So if you look any angiospermic plant, in any angiospermic plant, or you can say in all angiospermic plant, who is present? Root. Some of the common structure is what? Root, stem, leaves, flower, fruit, etc. are present. So presence of root, stem, leaf, flower, fruit, you can say about, is a common character of every angiospermic plant. Root, stem, leaf, flower, fruit, etc. are present in which one? Every angiospermic plant. Either the angiospermic plant is small or it is tall or big, Either it is annual, or it is biennial, or it is perennial. Getting the things? They must have what? Root, stem, leaf, flower, and fruit. These are the structure present in a typical angiospermic plant. So if you talk about the angiospermic plant, should I change the slide? If you talk about the angiospermic plant, what you will find in an angiospermic plant? You will find two particular type of systems are there. One is what? Root system, and another is what? Shoot system. Okay. So these are what basically? Root system. I'm just giving you a rough sketch. We will come on the root system in detail. Root system, these are soil surface. These are soil surface. And this particular one is what? Shoot system. So you can say about these are the branches. Here it is leaves. Okay. So these are what basically? Shoot system. Okay. So this one is root system, and this one is which one? Shoot system. So if you talk about root system, it is underground, usually. It is underground. And if you means below the surface of the soil. And if you talk about the seed shoot system, it is above the ground. It is aerial. Aerially located. Mostly. Some of the shoot also present underground, but I am just talking about a typical flowering plant. So if you talk about a typical flowering plant, root system is present under the ground and shoot system is present above the ground. Getting the idea? Is it clear? It is damn easy, everybody know. You are also feeling bored somehow what sir is saying, I know everything, right? Okay, don't worry. But the things move like that only. Okay, ji? Because nothing, when you are studying second time, it doesn't mean NCERT came which is completely new. Old information will come. And you have to make the perfection in that old information as well. Getting the things on. It's not like when we are studying second time, some new thing will come. Certain thing which is not studied earlier will come. It will not happen usually because we are just going in the boundary of the NCERT in these particular topic. And we have to restrict ourselves with that particular only. Is it clear or not? So have a look. Only thing required is what here? Your perfection level. Your perfection level must be great. You don't make a mistake from here. You don't confuse in the examples, which is going to discuss, right? So this is the root system. It is underground. And this is the shoot system. It is usually aerial, above the ground. Okay, ji. Now we are moving on about the root system or shoot system. You just try to understand. Actually, what's happened? Seed is converting into a which one? Plant. First it formed the which one? Seedling. And after seedling, it is forming a which one? New plant. So if you talk about the seed germination, getting the things. So if you talk about a seed, suppose that this is a embryo. Okay, ji. This is a embryo and it is the embryo of a dicot seed. You better know this part of it is called which one? Embryonal axis. So this line I am drawing, I am changing the color here so you can differentiate easily. This is embryonal axis. Embryonal axis. So part of the embryonal axis which is present above the level of cotyledon, and these area is what basically? I'm writing also, these are two cotyledon. So the part of the embryonal axis which is present, these are the embryonal axis. The part of the embryonal axis present above the level of the cotyledon is called which one? Epicotyle. And the part of the embryonal axis below the level of the cotyledon is called what basically? Hypocotyle. Hypocotyle. And the tip of the epicotyle is called what? Plumule. And the tip of the hypocotyle is called radical. It is called what? Radical. Getting the idea or not? So plumule give rise to shoot system. Shoot system. Shoot system arise from which one? Plumule. And radical give rise the root system. Radical give rise the root system. Got the idea? So root system originate from which one? Radical, and shoot system arise from plumule. Getting the idea or not? So who give rise to shoot system? Who give rise to root system? You got a basic idea or not? And it is the diagram of a which one? Dicot embryo. It is a dicot embryo. So in a dicot embryo, who is forming the shoot system? Plumule forming the shoot system. And who is forming the root system? Radical forming the root system. Okay, ji. Now we are going to discuss about type of root system. Okay. Should I change it? Okay, note it out. Done. Now root. So if we want to write something about root, we can write like the character it is positive geotropic and negative phototropic. A structure. Okay, it is a positive geotropic and negative phototropic structure. It is also hydrotropic. Hydrotropic means when it is growing under the soil, it will bend in the direction of the water. So it is also hydrotropic. If you talk about the function, what are the function associated with the root? So function is, first functions you can say absorption of water and mineral. Absorption of water and mineral. Second function you can see anchoring of plant. Anchoring of plant in soil matrix. In soil matrix. Third function you can write storage. Third function is what basically? A storage. Fourth functions you can write. So absorptions of water and mineral, anchoring of plant into soil. Getting the things. Another function is storage, and then you can write also synthesis of plant growth regulators. Right. PGRs. And of course, when it is anchoring the plant into the soil matrix, means it is associated with which one? Support. So these are the some of the function of the root written in your textbook. So what are the function of the root? Absorptions of water and mineral, anchoring of plant into soil matrix, storage, synthesis of plant growth regulator, PGRs, and support to the plants. So these are some of the functions of the root. Now we are going to deal about the type of roots. Okay, ji? Now we are going to deal about the type of roots system. Have a look. Should I change it? So root is what basically? Positive, geotropic, negative, phototropic, and also it is positive hydrotropics. One student writing till we are, sir, this week syllabus. Yeah, we started this week syllabus now. So up to inflorescence, we are going to ask in the weekend test. So root, stem, leaf, and after that inflorescence. Up to there, it will come in your test. And from the first test, try to grab 180. Right, and increase your confidence. Important is to increase the confidence in the very beginning. Okay, so work for 180. It is very easy area. Nothing big is there. My role is very less here. Okay, now come on the next. Should I change it? So what is the function of root? You just revise and revise. Nothing big. That is the reason I am repeating also. Function of root, absorption of water and mineral, anchoring of plant into the soil matrix, a storage of food, synthesis of PGR, support. Over. Done. That line is written in which one? Textbook, and we just going to print it here. Simple. No any what I can say, concept is behind. Okay, ji. Now we are moving about the type of root system. Okay, so there are three type of root system is mentioned in which one? NCERT. First type of root system mentioned is tap root system. Second is fibrous root system. And third is adventitious root. Adventitious root. Okay, ji? So tap root, it is also called true root. Tap root is also called which one? True root. Keep in your mind. And why it is called tap root, true root? It arises from radical. It arises from radical. Okay, actually what's happened? A radical gives rise to primary root. Primary root arises from which one? Radical. And from primary root, lateral root arises. Lateral roots arise. Getting the idea or not? So the presence of the tap root is the characteristic feature of which one? Dicot. It is found in dicotyledonous plant, dicot plants. Got the idea? These are a very, very important line and easy line as well. So who is the true root? Tap root is the true root. Why it is true root? Because it arises from radical. Radical, I already told, it is present in the tip of which one? Hypocotyle. And when these radicals grow, it forming which one? Primary root, and from primary root, secondary root, tertiary root, you can say lateral root is arising. We will just show you the structure as well. Getting the idea or not? And presence of tap root is the characteristic feature of which one? Dicot plant. Tap root not present in which one? Monocot plant. Okay, ji? Understanding the idea or not? It is damn easy. Now I am just telling you about the diagram of a tap root. Just have a look. I am just telling you about the diagram of a tap root. Look here. See the things. These are the surface of soil. So from a radical of the seed, who is evolving here? This is the primary root. What is this? Primary root. Now from primary root, who is arising? Secondary root is arising. From secondary root, who is arising? Tertiary root is arising. Many degree. Getting the things. If one say from tertiary root, who is arising? Quaternary roots are arising. Able to understand or not? So these are called primary root. Primary root. These are called lateral root. So lateral root which arise from primary root is called which one? Secondary root. And the lateral root which arise from secondary root is called which one? Tertiary root. Tertiary root. So when you just observe such kind of root in a plant, it is called which one? Tap root system. Overall, this is called which one? Tap root system. So in tap root system, here you are getting what basically? These are what basically? Root hairs. These are what basically? Root hair. Getting the idea or not? And you will see in the tip region, terminal region, who is present? Root cap. Who is present? Root cap. So this is a tap root system. Getting the things or not? Yeah, lesson already started. So it is a tap root system. So such kind of root system you will find in which kind of plant? Dicot plant. And these type of root are called which type of root? True root. Getting the idea? It is which type of root? True root. Is it clear? It's all right? So this is about what, children? Tap root system, characteristic feature of dicot. Okay. Now I am going to tell you about the another type of roots. So once again have a look what I wrote about the tap root. Just a minute. What I wrote about tap root here. What I wrote, tap root is true root. Why I am revising again and again? These are the factual area. So stretching of the concept is not possible. Getting the idea? Not whole morphology is there in the Sunday exam. Up to inflorescence it will come in the Sunday exam. Okay. So what I am telling? Tap root is what? True root, don't forget. Arise from radical, don't forget. Give rise, radical give rise to which root? Primary root. And from primary root, who is arising? Lateral root. So this thick root, prominent root is the primary root. And from primary root, these root which arises are what basically? Lateral root. Lateral root may be secondary, tertiary, quaternary. Able to understand? And these type of root are present in which one? Characteristic feature of which one? Dicot plant. So tap root system is over. Now I am coming on the second type of root. And who is the second type of root here? Fibrous root. Is it clear in the mind? So we are going to discuss about fibrous root. So if you talk about fibrous root, what happened? It is found in monocot. Presence of the fibrous root is a characteristic feature of monocot, and presence of what basically? Tap root is a characteristic feature of dicot. I will share the slide also in the last. So fibrous root found in which one? Monocot plant. What are the characteristic feature of fibrous root? What happened in fibrous root? In fibrous root, you can say in monocot plant, what happened? These primary root is short life. Getting the things? Primary root is short life. It gets degenerated after some time. And many hair-like fibrous root arise from base of the stem. Many fibrous root arise from which one? Base of the stem. Okay, so these kind of condition is present in which one? Monocot plant. So how it look in the structure, I am just going to tell you through a diagram. Just have a look here. Suppose that this is the base of the stem. This is the stem. Here it is node. Here it is another node. Okay, ji. And this is the base of the stem. So what you will find? Many root like this arise. Many root like this arise from the base of the stem. I am writing here, it is base of the stem, base of stem, and these are what basically? Fibrous root. These are fibrous root. So how to differentiate a given plant is a dicot plant or a monocot plant? You just unroot the plant. One of the method I am telling, you unroot the plant. When you find such kind of root is there, means one prominent root, that is the primary root, and from primary root, small secondary tertiary root arising like this. This is a taproot system. When you are finding from the base of the stem, a bunch of hair-like structure is growing, small hair-like structure are growing. That particular root is called which one? Fibrous root, and it is a characteristic feature of which one? Monocot. It is a characteristic feature of which one? Monocot. It is a characteristic feature of which one? Dicot. So you got the idea about the tap root or fibrous root. Is it clear? Can I move ahead about the adventitious root? Tap root, fibrous root over. This is a tap root. Here prominent primary root, more developed primary root and lateral roots are present, secondary and tertiary roots are present. One thing I want to say very important here. These lateral root, what I wrote, these lateral root, keep in your mind, it is related to anatomy, but I am writing here only. Lateral root, many time question asked in the NEET exam, arise from pericycle. Simply you keep your these information in your mind. Examiner may ask question ki from where lateral root arise. So lateral root arise from pericycle. I hope most of you are aware about this pericycle in plant anatomy. Okay, ji? Right? Okay? Is it done? So I will answer your question in adventitious root. Now I am coming on which one? Adventitious root. One student asked a question, sir, is fibrous root adventitious? Yeah, you can classify also like that. I am just coming on that, on the definition. Now I am coming on the next type of root, that is which one? Adventitious root. So anybody can tell me the example of a tap root which is mentioned in NCERT. I want to listen from you. In NCERT, what example is given in the heading of the taproot system? Example of the taproot. What is given in NCERT? Hurry up. Mustard. Very good. And what example given in the case of fibrous root? Fibrous root. Monocot plant. Getting the things or not? You can say wheat, grassage. In these all, who is there? Fibrous root are there. Maize, which kind of root is there? Fibrous root is there. Rice, which kind of root is there? Tell me. Rice, which kind of root is there? Taproot or fibrous root? In rice, fibrous root is there. In monocot plant, who is there? Fibrous root is there. Now we are coming on adventitious root. Have a look. So adventitious root. So what is the definition of the adventitious root? When root arise from part of plant other than radical. When root arise from part of the plant other than radical, It is called which one? Adventitious root. Now I am asking a question to you. Fibrous root arise from radical? Yes or no? Fibrous root arise from radical? No. It not arise from radical. Then from where it arise? From where it arise? Base of the stem. So fibrous root is a kind of tap root or adventitious root? Fibrous root is a kind of adventitious root or tap root. If you want to classify in these two categories only. All root you have to classify in two categories, fibrous or adventitious. So you will see fibrous or tap. So adventitious root comes under the heading of fibrous or heading of tap. It is a kind of which one? Adventitious. Adventitious root is also a kind of which one? Fibrous root. Because it arises from any other part of the plant other than radical. It is arising from which one? Base of the stem. Fibrous root arises from base of the stem. So it is not arising from radical. Who arising from the radical? That was the primary root who is short-lived. Got the idea or not? So fibrous is also a kind of adventitious root. The answer is okay, correct. So one student asked, is fibrous root is a kind of adventitious root? Of course, yes. Right? Now I am coming where this adventitious root is present. Example, present in both monocot and dicot. Present in both monocot and dicot. I am asking a question from you. Question. In sugarcane, or wait just a minute, in banyan tree, which of the following root is present? First option, tap root. Second option, fibrous root. Third option, adventitious root. Fourth option, both 1 and 3. What the answer you will give? So most of the answers are answering in the favor of fourth. Few students are answering in favor of 3. So in banyan tree, both tap root and adventitious root are present. Getting the idea? Banyan is a which one? Monocot or dicot? Banyan is a monocot or dicot? Tell me, hurry up. Banyan is a dicot. Okay, so which root is there by default? Tap root is there by default. There or not? But in banyan tree, you just look. One root is this, under the ground. One, it is the soil surface. In banyan tree, one root is what? Under the ground. It is which root? Tap root. And another root is what? It is suppose that banyan tree, and it is the lower branches. From branches, root is emerging, and that going to penetrate in the soil. It is which root? Adventitious root. And it is which root? Tap root. Are you getting the idea or not? So in banyan tree, getting the things or not? Who is there? This root is called which one? This adventitious root is what? Prop root. You know, na? So this prop root is a kind of which root? Adventitious root. And this one is what? Which are under the main trunk, under the soil. It is which one? Tap root. So it is tap root, it is adventitious root. So what the correct answer comes for this question? Correct answer came is what? Both first and third. In banyan tree, tap root is also there. Adventitious root is also there. Got the idea? Is it clear in the mind? So some of the student also answer 3 here. So see how a small question get mistaken, na? Some of the student wrote the answer as 3. So you did the mistake in a very, very, very small question. It is not only adventitious root present in the Banyan tree, it is also who is present? Tap root is also present. Adventitious root is also present. So the correct answer is both 1 and 3. Right? So examiner can twist and turn the thing like that. Small mistake, they just manage to force you to do. And here what require? Your perfection require in this area only. Nothing we are big teaching big here. Everything you know, I also know. Everyone have morphology by heart. Okay. And in your state, people do a lot of work in the morphology, which is not required that much. Okay. Now, I'm just going to deal about example. What example of adventitious root is mentioned in the NCERT? Adventitious root, NCERT wrote some example. I just want to listen from you. Tell me, hurry up, carry on. Banyan is written. Banyan is written. Another what is written? Another example what is written? Grass is written. Very good. Another example is also given. Monstera is written. Do you know the Monstera? Have you seen the Monstera? Have you seen the Monstera? Yeah, it's growing in the Mexico, basically, Mexico area, and it is called Swiss cheese plant. It is called which kind of plant? Swiss cheese plant. And in Monstera, who is also, which kind of adventitious root is present? Aerial adventitious root is present. So these are the example of which one? Example of adventitious root. So these are the type of root we have discussed. So tap root present in, I am asking a question, you just pin your answer. Tap root is present in which type of plant? Easy question I am asking. I already told you one dicot. Fibrous root present in? Fibrous root present in monocot. And adventitious root present in? Both. Very good. Both. Now we are going to deal about region of root or part of the root system. Part of root, or you can say region of root. Region or part of root. So have a look here. I am just drawing a diagram. See, this area is called root stem interface. Root stem interface. This is now examiner confused in a, here it is root cap. Student confused in one area. So root cap is on proximal region or distal region? What you will say for root cap? It is proximal or distal? Root cap, proximal or distal? Root cap is distal. And part of the root near the stem and root interface is called which one? Proximal region. So don't confuse. So part of the root near the stem is called proximal, and part of the root who are toward the root cap is called distal. Will you confuse in these two terms? Proximal and distal. Which part is proximal, which part is distal? Is it all right? Who is proximal, who is distal? Right? So this is the root cap. Okay, ji. So root cap is present in which one? Distal most part. Just a few millimeter above of the root cap, who is there? Zone of cell division. It is called which zone also? Meristematic zone. It is called which zone? Meristematic zone. Zone of cell division is there. Just above the zone of cell division, who is there? Zone of elongation is there. Zone of elongation is there. And just above the zone of elongation, who is there? Zone of maturation is there. Zone of maturation is there. So these are the root cap, distal to proximal. Examiner try to confuse you. Tell me the part of root starting from distal to proximal in a order. So what you will write? First you will write root cap, then you will write meristematic zone, then you will write zone of elongation, then you will write zone of maturation. Okay, ji. If they are asking proximal to distal, so if you are confused about proximal and distal, you just go, there is a scope of making the question what? Answer what? Wrong. Proximal to distal, you will start from which one? Zone of maturation, zone of elongation, zone of cell division or meristematic zone, and in the last you will write which one? Root cap. Is it clear? Okay, ji. Now, zone of maturation have which one? Lateral roots. Lateral roots are present in which zone? Only zone of maturation. Root hairs are present in which zone? Only zone of maturation. So examiner can ask question from here as well. Both root hair and lateral root is present in zone of maturation only. Only word I wrote here. Why I wrote here? Because these are not present in zone of elongation. They are not present in zone of cell division. They are not present in which one? Root cap region. Able to understand or not? Is it clear in the mind or not? Right? So they are present in zone of maturation only. Lateral root also, root hair also. Now I am going to tell you about each and every one by one. I am starting with which one? Root cap. Brief idea I will give about everyone. Root cap. So if you talk about root cap, it is terminal in position. It protects the root tip. Getting the idea or not? It is protective in function. Actually, what's happened? Root are growing under the soil. And when the root penetrating the soil is solid, na? So these soil going to create resistance. And if root cap is not there, what happened? Who is going to damage? Its terminal region, tip part or meristematic zone is going to which one? Damage. So from these particular damage, who is protecting the root? Root cap is protecting the root. Able to understand? Root, which one? Tip of the root. And even you can say about the root cap, it releases mucilaginous substances. which lubricate the soil, which lubricate the soil and make the penetration of root easy. Penetration of root inside the soil easier. Easier. You got the idea? Or you can say simply write easy. So what is the function of the root cap? Protective in nature. It helps to penetrate the root even more easier in the soil because it releases mucilaginous substances, watery substances, which lubricate the soil. And what happens? Penetrations of the root become easy inside the which one? Soil. This is the duty of the root cap. Okay, ji? Now I am asking where there is not a need of root cap. Any adaptation you have studied about it? Where there is no need of root cap. So you can say, you can write in a star way. What? In hydrophyte. In hydrophytes, who is absent? Root cap is replaced by which one? Root pocket. Root pocket. These root pocket are present in hydrophytes because in hydrophytes there is no need of which one? Protection, because soil is not there. So penetrations not required. Able to understand or not? So root pocket, and these root pocket store air. So in plant growing in the water, root cap is not there. They are replaced by which one? Root pocket. Such kind of question may asked by the examiner in your paper. Able to understand or not? Is it clear in the mind? So you got the idea what root cap is doing? Understand the idea about what root cap is doing? What work done by the root cap? Is it clear in the mind? It is protecting as well as it helps in penetration easy in the soil. Where there is no need of root cap? Hydrophytes. In hydrophytes, what's happened? Root cap is replaced by which one? Root pocket, which store here. And these help to provide what? Buoyancy, to float the plant. When air is present in root, what happened? It acts as a buoyant force, na? So what happened? It helped to plant to float in the water. Is it clear in the mind? Is it all right? So root cap over. After the root cap, we are going to deal about which one? Meristematic zone. Should I change it? Otherwise, I will send you all the things right now. In the last, I will share the screen. Okay, so have a look. And if you want to write as well, you can. I will wait for that. Don't worry for this. If you want to write, you can. No issue. Next is which one? Zone of cell division, or we are going to deal, it is also called which zone? Meristematic zone. So what are the character of this zone? What is the character of this zone? Cells are undifferentiated. Cells are undifferentiated. Undifferentiated means no spatial structure, no spatial function. Okay? Cells have capacity of division. Capacity of division. In this zone, cells can divide. Another, dense protoplasm. Large nucleus is present. Cells are metabolically very active. And a large number of plasmodesmatal connection present. Connection present. So these are the character present in the cell, present in which zone? Maturation zone. I am asking a small question. Maturation cell of meristematic zone, what is the position? What is the position? Position is proximal to root cap or distal to root cap? Proximal to root cap or distal to root cap? It is proximal to root cap. It is few millimeter proximal to root cap. Okay? Because root cap is present on the distal most part. Here student struggle, proximal, distal, and that is the reason I am repeatedly saying these words. Is it all right? So, in the, what happened? So, these zone divide, and when the number of cell increase, what happened? Growth occur or not occur? So, it is responsible for growth of the root by increasing the number of the cell. So, it is responsible for growth of root by increasing the number of cell. Increasing the number of cells. So who is over? Meristematic zone over. Second zone also over. We also got some character of the cell in this zone. What the character is there? Cells are undifferentiated. No structural and functional specialization. Cells have capacity of division. It is clear from the name. The cell who can divide, they have dense protoplasm. They have large nucleus. Cells are highly active metabolically. So these are the character are present in every dividing cells. So people may ask some indirect question. A large number of plasmodesmatal connections are present in the cells who are continuously dividing, because exchange of material require more from the neighbor cells. Getting the idea? And meristematic cells, meristematic zone doing which functions in the root? They are increasing the length of the root by increasing the number of the cell. Now we are coming on which zone? Zone of, tell me, zone of what? Hurry up. Zone of maturation. Maturation. It is proximal to which one? Meristematic zone. It is proximal to meristematic zone. What another things we have to see about this zone of maturation? Size of the cell increase. Okay, so it is responsible for growth by increasing the size of the cell. Both meristematic zone and maturation zone have role in growth of the root. One increasing the, causing the growth by increasing the number of cell. Here size of the cell is increasing. Vacuolization occur. In meristematic zone vacuoles are not there. Here vacuoles are present. In maturation zone, who is there? Vacuoles are present. So vacuolizations occur. Formation of vacuole occur. Formation of vacuole occur. In zone of which one? Maturation. It also causes increase in length of root by increasing the size of cell. Increasing the size of cell. This is about which one? Zone of, sorry. I just wrote heading wrong. It is not zone of maturation. It is zone of which one? It is zone of which one? Elongation. Elongation. So make it correct. I did it wrong. I wrote it wrong. Proximal to meristematic zone, directly who not came? Maturation not came, na? Just above the meristematic zone, who is there? Elongation zone is there, and all the character associated with zone of elongation. So I wrote the heading wrong. You people also not knock me, sir. It is not maturation, it is elongation. One student written, sir, it is elongation zone. Okay, good one. Yeah. So is it right now? Clear? It is what? Proximal to meristematic zone is what? Zone of elongation. In this zone, what happens? Size of the cell increase. What happened? Vacuolization occur. Formation of vacuole occur. Getting the things or not? Formation of who occur? Vacuole occur. Okay. And it also causes the increase of the length of root by increasing the size of the cell. Now finally we are coming on which one? Zone of maturation. Zone of maturation. That I wrote there, right? In place of elongation, I wrote maturation. Okay, no issue. Have a look. So in zone of maturation, what's happened? Cells are differentiated. Differentiated. They lose the capacity of division. Capacity of division. They can't divide in maturation zone. And maturation zone, you write it, it is proximal to which zone? It is proximal to zone of elongation, right? They lose the capacity of division. Important line, very important line. Lateral root and root here, I am writing it second time, is present in this zone. Is present in this zone. Got the idea? Lateral root and root here present in this root. And I told, I am writing one more important things here. Once again I am writing, repeatedly writing, you just try to understand the importance of the line. What I told? Lateral root arise from, hurry up, help me. I already told few minutes back, you fill in the blank. And root here arise from. Root here arise from. So lateral root arise from, the answer will be what? Pericycle. And root here, what the answer will you give? Epidermis. Very good, very good. Epidermis. Root here is a epidermal outgrowth. And lateral root arise from pericycle. So this is about the all four zones which is present in the root. So what the name? Root cap you have seen now. Meristematic zone you have seen now. Elongation zone you have seen now. Maturation zone you have seen now. So what these area require? Patiently do the things. Methodically move ahead. With a commitment of I will not make a mistake. Is it all right? Now I am moving ahead on what? Modification of the root. What we are going to deal? Modification of the root. Have a look. Modification of root. So in root, modification occur for various purpose. So I am just going to deal about first modification of root for storage of food. I'm going to deal about modification of root for which one? Storage of food. And for storage of food, I'm going to discuss about modification in taproot. And I will also discuss about modification, one modification only. Otherwise, these lists are too long. We are not doing BSc botany. We just focusing on what is in NCERT. That line we have to stretch only. Adventitious root. Only one example I will tell you in the adventitious root modification, not more. And that is a very important example. Going alternately, I think we can say in 10 years, it asks 3-4 times. Example of adventitious root for modification of food. Okay, so storage of food, modification of root for storage of food. First, I am going to write about modification of tap root for food storage. Fusiform, napiform. These words not written in NCERT, simply example written. I am writing it also. Conical. And 4, it is tuberous. 4 type of modification we will see in the tap root for storage of food. Fusiform. Anybody can tell me the example? Anybody can tell me the example? Very good. Radish. Radish is the example of which one? Fusiform. Getting the idea? Napiform. Napiform. Turnip. And even which one? Beetroot. Conical example, carrot. Tuberous example. Who will tell me this example? Modification of tap root and which is tuberous and modification. Tuberous. Hurry up. I am expecting this example. Not in NCERT, but I am expecting from some of the students. No, a correct answer came. Not a correct answer came. Mirabilis. Mirabilis, 4 o'clock plant. Mirabilis jalapa, you have studied? So, tuberous tap root for storage of food present in Mirabilis jalapa, it is also called 4 o'clock plant. In fusiform, if you talk about the shape, you have seen the shape of the radish. Radish look like a fusiform in appearance. There is no need to draw the diagram, you know about radish. Napiform, turnip, beetroot, you have seen, na? Initially it is what? Swollen area. Initially it is swollen area and sudden get tapered. It is called napiform. Carrot, cone-like. Carrot look like a cone. It is which one? Conical. It is carrot and it is primary root and lateral roots are present like this in carrot. You have seen like this or not? And here stem is there. Disc shape stem is there. Here leaf is there. You are getting the idea? It is in carrot. Here stem is there in turnip and here it is leaf is there. You getting the idea? Understanding the idea? In which one also? Radish. In radish what you are finding? In radish you are finding, so this is which one? This is the turnip. This is which one? Carrot. And here I am drawing the radish. So in radish what you are finding? In radish you are finding, here it is like this, then it is more swollen, and then it is tapered like this. And here stem is there, and here leaf is there. You are getting the idea or not? So it is which form? Fusiform, napiform, conical. And tuberous have irregular shape. Irregular shape. And tuberous taproot is present in Mirabilis jalapa. Keep in mind, not in sweet potato. Sweet potato is the example of, dear children, it is very, very important line. You can expect this line in the NEET exam. And at storage of food, Adventitious root example is which one? Sweet potato. So examiner can ask, in sweet potato, food is stored in which root? Food is stored in which root? Adventitious root. And it is a which kind of adventitious root? Tuberous. It is tuberous adventitious root. So tuberous adventitious root is present in sweet potato, and tuberous tap root is present in 4 o'clock plant. Mirabilis jalapa. Don't confuse this line. And this is a very, very important line. You don't forget it. So modification of root, we have much modification is there. If we go for modification of root for food storage in detail, entire class will finish in that only. Getting the idea? That much detailed informations are there, but it is not your cup of tea. For you, it is not required. If you know that much only for modification of root for storage of food for NEET, it is fair enough. Right? Okay, ji. So fusiform, example radish, you also keep these information in mind. Napiform, turnip and beetroot, conical, carrot, tuberous taproot, mirabilis, that is 4 o'clock plant, and tuberous adventitious root, sweet potato. Will these information remain in your mind or not? Tell me. Sweet potato have irregular shape, na? You don't have seen a particular shape. Sweet potato, it is available here in the market, na? So you have seen the sweet potato, how it look? It is irregular one. Radish, turnip or beetroot, carrot, and you just find like sweet potato. If you talk like how it is irregular, it is like irregular like this. It like this it came. Able to understand or not? Irregular in shape. Is it clear? Done? Over? So these are storage over. Modification of. So you see na, in carrot, who is this? This is primary root and it is swollen. Why it is swollen? Because a lot of food is stored here. You will also, when you purchase next time carrot, you can say, see, here from here also a small root, hair like is arising. Many places hair like a small root are arising. It is secondary, tertiary root, lateral root. But primary root is too swollen. Food is not stored in the lateral root. Food is stored in the primary root. So it becomes too huge, swollen. Got the idea? Understand or not? So these primary root becomes swollen due to storage of the foods. Done? Now I am moving ahead. Now we are going to deal about modification of root for which one? Mechanical support. For mechanical support. Modification of root for mechanical support. In NCERT, how many examples are given? 2. One given is what? Prop root. Another given example is what? A stilt root. Prop root is present in which one? Banyan. A stilt root is present in which one? Sugarcane. And which one? Maize. These are the 2 examples. I am drawing the diagram of which one? Both. Yeah, it will come. One student, Mahima, is asking some question. Okay, ji. Now, come here. Prop root, banyan, stilt root, sugarcane and maize. Have a look here. Why there is need of a prop root in banyan? You just look. If you have seen the banyan tree? You have seen the banyan tree? I hope everybody have seen it. You have seen the banyan tree? It is looking like this. I am just drawing a diagram. This is the trunk, main trunk, huge main trunk. And then canopy of the plant is dome shape. And there is a big branches are there. I am drawing the branches. One branch, another branch, and from branch sub branches is arising, and there is a huge bait is there. Because of lot of leaves, branches is overburdened with the weight. So what happened? To provide mechanical support from the branches, root is emerging like this. These roots are emerging, and these root going to penetrate in the soil. So it acts as a pillar. It is also called which root? Pillar root. For providing mechanical support, it is acting as a pillar. So these pillar root, these are arising from the branches. So it is a kind of adventitious root, and these adventitious root acting as a pillar, it support the plant, it hold the weight of the huge branches. Able to understand or not? So these are present in the banyan for mechanical support. Should I ask a question? Should I ask a question? I am asking a assertion. In banyan tree, aerial root is present. False or true statement? True statement. This is a kind of which one? This is prop root. It is a kind of adventitious root. It is a kind of which one? Adventitious root. And it is a which root? Aerial root also. It is a aerial root also. So if someone going to ask you, aerial root present in banyan, yes or no, answer will be yes. Who is the aerial root? Prop root is a aerial root. It arises from the branches. Branches is underground or aerial? It is arising from the aerial branches. Got the idea? Okay, understood? Clear? So prop root done or not done? Prop root done. It is present in the banyan. Now we are coming on second type of root. Which one? A stilt root. Now we are coming on which type of root? Second type of root, a stilt root. Have a look. You have seen the sugarcane. In your state, sugarcane cultivation occur or not occur? You have seen the maize plant. So in maize plant, you will find, see, have a look here. These are elongated, just a minute. Here it is node. This is also the node. This is the base of the stem. Which root is there, G? Hurry up, tell me, what should I write for this root? It is arising from the base of a stem. What should I write for it? What should I write for it? Tell me, hurry up. Fibrous root, very good. It is fibrous root. What you will find in a maize, in sugarcane plant, from the lower node, some stilt root are arising and growing obliquely and penetrated in the soil. Growing and penetrating in the soil. Are you getting the idea? This particular root is called which root? Stilt root. So it arises from lower node. Lower nodes. And provide which one? Mechanical support. It provide what basically? Mechanical support. Such kind of condition you will find it in both which one? Sugarcane as well as in maize. Is it clear or not? Understood? So this is the fibrous root and this is what basically? Stilt root. Some oblique stilt root arising and penetrating in the soil. So it cover more bigger surface. So it help to plant to hold. Otherwise what's happened? You think these roots are not there, only this fibrous root is there. When wind blow, height is big, plant get unrooted and fall down. Is it clear? So it is providing the mechanical support or not? Is it over? So prop root and stilt root is over. Is it clear? Now I am just moving ahead on another two modification. One is which one? Epiphytic root and another is which one? Respiratory root. More root is mentioned in which one? NCERT. About that we have to discuss. So first I am going to tell you about which one? Epiphytic root. So what is epiphytic plant? Plant which grow on other plant, not for food, only for shelter, is called epiphytic plant. Can I ask some good question here from you people? Epiphytic plant abundantly present in which region? I am connecting morphology with ecology and asking a question. Epiphytic plant, zero fight, you will give me heart attack. Present abundantly in tropical rainforest. And there is a region. Actually, in tropical rainforest, what happened? Forest have a strata, layer. So plants are present in many strata in tropical rainforest. 4 to 5 strata is there. So when sunlight coming, sunlight not able to penetrate deeper inside the forest. Got the idea or not? So there is a scarcity of the sunlight exists maximum in which forest? Tropical rainforest. Are you agree with me or not? Understanding the idea or not? Connect it. Able to understand? There is fight for sunlight in which forest? Tropical rainforest. Yeah. Now what happened? Now what happened? Okay, from the branches of the tree. Let me draw somehow lower heat. Now what happens? Suppose that this is a branch of a tree. Aerial branch of the tree. So here epiphytic plants are growing. So these are the epiphytic plants. Some of the root help them to adhere with the stem. Otherwise plant will fall down. So they're wrapped around the stem. And some of the root going to hang in the air like this. So this root who are helping wrapping is called clinging root. Clinging root. And these root are hanging root. And these hanging root have a spongy tissue. Spongy tissue. These spongy tissue is which one? Velamen. So what's happened? You better know, na, in tropical rainforest, a lot of rain occur. Darkness is there because a lot of tree is there. So darkness is there, rain is occurring all the time. So who is there? Humidity is present. Humidity level is high. So what's happened? This is a epiphytic plant. He is in the top of the branches. It is getting sunlight. They are performing photosynthesis. It is getting sunlight. They are performing photosynthesis. And they are absorbing water through this hanging root. Because spongy tissue is there, velaminous tissue is there. So these velamens is going to absorb which one? Moisture. And these moisture is present in the air. Because rainfall is more there. Able to understand? Sunlight is not coming. So humidity level is high. So they are absorbing the which one? Moisture. And they are performing photosynthesis. They are performing photosynthesis. So such a type of plant is called epiphytic plant. The plant which grow on another plant for shelter only. They want sunlight. And that is the reason in greed of that, they are growing on another plant branches. So I get the exposed with the sunlight and I can perform the photosynthesis. And they have a hanging root, and these hanging root help them to absorb the moisture. Able to understand or not? Because it is a spongy tissue and they can perform the photosynthesis. So it is not a parasitic plant. You are getting the idea. It is not a parasite. It's not obtaining food and water from the plant. It is simply getting the shelter there and perform their own photosynthesis. Water requirement it absorbs from the humid atmosphere. Light it is taking. It is simply taking the support of the plant. Can you tell me the example of this plant? Can you tell me the one or two example of epiphytic plant? Hurry up. What should be the example? Yes, children. Vanda, another example. Another example. Orchid. Vanda, orchid are the example of epiphytic plants. So, who is left only? Only one is left. And who is this? A respiratory root. Then root becomes over. Okay, ji? Root will over na after dealing the respiratory root. So 2 minutes we are just working on respiratory root, root will over. Hanging root is exposed to air, of course. It is hanging in the air now. So it is also aerial root or not? So stilt root, prop root, epiphytic root, all are the example of which root? Aerial root. Agreed or not agreed? Yes. Now I am coming last. It is which one? Respiratory root. Okay, ji. So what's happened? Respiratory root are present in plant grow in marshy habitat. Marshy habitat. Marshy habitat also near Vijayawada. Few days back I went to Hamsala Devi. There is a reserve before the ocean. A bigger area is there where marshy land is there, and so many respiratory root I have seen. It is present in which one? Sundarban Delta. Able to understand or not? Sundarban Delta. It is a delta formed by Ganga and which one? Brahmaputra. Able to understand? A lot of marshy area is there, and in this area, the plant which grow have which root? Respiratory root. So what's happened? Just have a look here. Suppose that this is the tap root. So some of the lateral root grow upward, positive phototropic. These lateral root growing upward, positive phototropic. Are you getting the idea or not? These lateral root growing which one? Positively. These are the sum of the lateral root growing upward, above the soil, in the air. Getting the things? And they perform which one? Gaseous exchange. Gaseous exchange. They perform gaseous exchange. Because in marshy area, what is there? Soil is deficient in oxygen. So plant can't survive there. Soil is deficient in oxygen, plant can't survive. Getting the things or not? They can't respire. Is it or not? So they just expose some of the lateral root, what? Positive phototropic. Positive phototropic. And when they expose the lateral root positive phototropic, they perform easily the gaseous exchange. So what the name you will give for such particular kind of root? What we say? Which kind of root is present in which one? Plant growing in the pneumatophores. Getting the things or not? Pneumatophores. Is it clear in the mind or not? It's all right? It's done? Pneumatophores are there. And these pneumatophores perform which one? Gaseous exchange. Pneumatophores is a which kind of root? It is a modified lateral root. It is a modified, which one? Lateral root, present in plant growing in which area? Marshy area. Is it clear in the mind? Example. Who will tell me the example? You have to bang on the example. Who will tell me the example? Carry on. Rhizophora. These growing in the marshy area. These are present in mangroves area. Getting the things? Rhizophora. Any other example? Avicennia. Very good. Getting the idea? So this is about the what basically? Root. We discussed the modification of root, we discussed the part of root, we just discussed the type of root. It is a very factual topic. My role is only to say it systematically, and your role here is I will not miss 180 in the paper. I will not get trapped in the question. Your role is there is that. My role is very less in this area. You also know it. Getting the idea? So I told a very important things here, that is what? Sweet potato. Never forget, it is a modified adventitious root for storage of food. Now I am sharing the slides. You just go for NCERT, and if material of last year is there, you just go through and we will provide later on this year material as well. And go through the previous year bits. First, make a perfection on NCERT, solve the previous year bits, and any bits which is available which is relevant. If old module is there, just solve the bits based on the NCERT. Okay? Is done? All okay? So who is over? Root is over. So make a perfection in root. So at least 50, 60, 70 bits. Not very old bits, because in root, in some state books, a lot of annular root, moliniform root, so many examples are given. That is not required. What required for NEET, I told you already. In NEET, not anything is going to ask out of that what we told right now about the root. That is very clear. You can't tell me, sir, in NEET question came, but what you told, that not came. It came from outside, right? It never happened. So plant grow in marshy area are what basically? These are called mangrove plant. Which plant? Mangrove plant. Sundarban Delta, dominated by mangrove vegetations. What the name of plant? Sundari. And that is the reason the name of the forest is what? Sundarban. Okay, bye-bye. Have a good day to all of you. Thank you very much for listening. Bye-bye. Yeah.